Well, I welcome you all. I am here to discuss few things on the impact of learning technology. I would like to discuss what are the impacts of learning technology. I would also like to discuss that whether the learning technology's impact can be measured or is it measurable, and then we will see what are the impacts of learning technology. So to start with, well, what are the learning technologies? There are several learning technologies. To name few, I can say, well, the mobile technologies. There are assistive technologies. Um, there are support technologies, or let's say VLE, is there, uh, and so on. What learning technologies do I use in my day-to-day teaching? In that case, I would say, well, look, I use VLE, which is current. Our current VLE is known as Activate Learning Online, or in generic terms, it is a Canvas. We use mobile phone. We use other learning technologies like assistive technologies, which is a bunch of Claro software, so Claro Read, um, and lots of other Claro related software. So like Claro, one software is the one which will highlight the line where you are writing. So Claro Ruler, I suppose it is known as. But it is a group of software which is known as a Claro software. So we use that, and several other technologies we use. What is the impact of this one? Let's go to a very simple technology which we use really. Uh, Last year we used Google Classroom. This year we are using Activate Learning Online. Uh, and the impact of VLE is quite significant. Whether can we measure the impact or not, it's debatable. I would say, well, we can measure it, but we cannot pinpoint it to the precision. I mean, we don't have any metric to measure the exact impact. So in that aspect, I would say, well, we cannot measure it to the perfection. But yes, we can see that there is definitely a impact, and I would say it's not only positive; it is a negative, because in my experience, I've come across certain students who uh, has the negative impact of VLE on their learning, teaching and learning. Let's go to the positive impact first. The impact of this particular learning technology, VLE, it's positive. Reason is that all the lectures, all the literature about what we are teaching, it's all available online 24 cross 7, and the students can download it or can work on it, and then submit their assignments, get the feedback. So the connectedness of the study or the learning is there, and therefore it impacts the learner or a student on a positive side, because it is available right when you want it or whenever you want it. Um, but the negative side of it is I had some students in past who possibly haven't had a use of computer, and then now they had to learn how to use a computer and how to use the programming part of it, or let's say the VLE side of it, and then to understand. Because what is VLE? VLE is not something to learn. VLE is a tool to learn whatever you want to learn. So for me, my branch is computer science, and some of the entrants come from non-computing background who surprisingly had not used any of the computers, possibly. Uh, well, I'll leave it there. But yeah, they did not had use of computers in past, and therefore they didn't have any use any knowledge about what is VLE. So I had to first explain what is VLE. I had to train them how to use VLE, and that takes time. and then on top of it, now they have to learn what subject they are learning. So that's where it was a negative impact, that, oh, VL is another barrier to learn what I should be doing. So in that case, there's a negative impact. Although we can say that this negative impact is a temporary one, and then later on, once we know how to work with the VLE, then it's all positive. Um, the main aspect is whenever whatever you want, it is available right there. So that is one learning technology and the impact of it. Let's go to the another one. For example, the Claro Read or the Claro bunch of software. What it does is for certain students who have, let's say, dyslexia or um, that similar sort of conditions attached, they can use the Claro software, which is one of the assistive technology, and the Claro software will either read for them, or it will highlight it, it will underline it, and that helps immensely to the student for their assignment work and all relative. So that again is a very positive impact of learning technology. Um, the other technology we can go is the mobile phone or mobile technology, because what we do here is we write even program to do with the Android software. So Android based apps we try to make in our course, and these programs, they allow you to understand what is a mobile technology and how to use the mobile technology. Now everybody has got a smartphone and everybody has an internet connection on the smartphone, and the moment we have published anything on the VLE or anything related to the course, if they are connected through the mobile phone, they get the information immediately and then they can act on it. And that's where the deadlines or the submissions and the interactions within the course has increased. And that also, I see it as one of the major positive impacts. As far as this assignment says, to find out what is the biggest impact of learning technology on a learner experience and performance, well, I would simply say that the VLE is one of the biggest impact on the performance of students, because they see everything available there, and then they can act according to what literature is available. Same stands for the point number two in your task four, where impact of learning technology on organization development. Yeah, well, look, when you have the VLE, you can have a lots of literature, your course is ready, and you can also market it as an online learning tool. So there's a little bit difference how you use VLE. Do you use it for online learning? So then you provide all the lectures, video, and external tools, everything through this particular VLE, and then you can use it as the online learning tool, and that will be the organizational strategic and development, which would be really very good to see from the impacts point of view. On the students' point of view, it is wherever they are, they can get it, and therefore they can get on with their work, and that is a very big impact. So that is what I would say for the impacts. The other impact which we are looking at is the impact of learning technology on a range of different subject areas. Now, it it varies from what sort of subject area you have. So a range of subject area, again, it has a huge impact, because I would be saying similar aspect where you have all the literature available online on the VLE, and you can add your lectures. People can read through. People can do the exercise on the VLE, on any of the exercise you have provided, and therefore any subject area, definitely it will have a wider positive impact. There are some negative impact, but they are very minor. So if you give and take, there are mostly the major impacts are positive impacts, and it is all welcome and win-win scenario. Um, on the identity of, learning technology, impact of learning technology on the identity, role, and performance of the practitioner. So, for example, people like me, uh, what is the impact? Well, the impact is in the very first time when you're using it, you have to learn the VLE. Then you have to create all your classroom literature according to the VLE's taste. So that's where a lot of workload comes in. But then when you do it second time, you are ready to rock and roll. You have almost everything ready, and you can just republish all whatever you've got, and therefore you can see that as a positive impact on the practice, on the practitioners. However, my subject area doesn't let me publish everything again, because what I deal with is the latest technology, and last year whatever we did, this year we are not doing the same, and therefore for me, every time I have to publish a new lecture and new everything, whatever considered. So that's all I have to say on the impact of learning technology. This is for the assignment number 5 of technology enabled education. My name is Sanjay Shah. Thank you very much for watching this, and give me any suggestions if you may like. Otherwise, thank you very much. Um, and I hope I have provided you clear enough information. Thank you.